You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Which drug is best to have sex on?
Hash. That's another story.
It was another hash time?
Yeah, that was another hash
Get
time.
the fuck out of here.
I wish I could get some hash.
Which drug is best to have sex on? I would say mindfulness.
Oh, for crying out. What?
I swear to God.
No,
That's the best
that's not
drug
a
you're going to have.
drug.
That's a drug.
Oh,
You could do a nice
God.
do a nice
Boring. This is the
little
most
deep breathing.
lame thing I've ever heard you say.
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
You're a little excited, Cam Potter, aren't you?
I'm excited for today.
I'm Karen Lee Potter, if you didn't know that by now.
There's certain days you wake up, you're like, this is going to be a good podcast episode, you know?
And is this one of those days for you?
It's one of those days.
It's so far so good for me as well.
We're off to a great start. You sneaky freak, I hope you're off to a great start. Maybe this is a hump day for you. I hope you're humping around today.
Yeah, I wonder what you're doing when you're listening to this. Do you ever wonder what these sneaky freaks are listening to?
Let me guess what
where
you're
are
doing.
they-
I'm
where are
going to
they
guess what
listening?
you're doing.
What?
You are driving in your car.
Yeah,
You got a mask about a foot away from you.
yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, when was the last time I washed that mask? Never. I never, over the past 8
Ew.
months of owning this mask, I have yet to wash that mask. And it smells like Cheetos.
Oh my God. Well, yeah.
Every time I put it on, I get sicker because at this point it's collected all this bacteria.
That's what I'm thinking. If you don't wash it, all the COVID germs are on there.
That's exactly
So you're probably
right.
worse wearing it than without.
100%. But you're protecting other people around you, so keep wearing it. I don't care if you wash it or not.
Oh my God. I had an incident yesterday with a mask. I sneezed in it. And I was at the grocery store, so I couldn't take it off. So you're stuck literally having to sneeze in your mask thing.
Oh, it's like it's
like boogers in your mask.
It's just,
shame on you.
It's fucking
so
disgusting.
repulsive. Have you ever had that happen?
It's like what is it called when you fart in your bed and you put it Dutch oven when you Dutch oven yourself? That's exactly what it's like. It's
worse,
a COVID
though.
oven.
It's worse because it's not just the sneeze. There was snot that came out.
It's horrifying. That is horrifying.
And you're
Was it a paper mask or
no? It was a cloth mask.
Oh, is it better or worse? The paper one, everyone else can see the shit snot on your fucking face.
It was worse because it was soft and mushy and it was stuck.
I want to vomit. I want to vomit.
Okay. And there's nothing you could do unless you want to leave the store.
And everyone around you is fucking. If I hear someone sneeze in a grocery store, I bolt
Run,
the
everybody.
opposite direction.
It's a good way to clear a room.
I'm obsessed with the grocery stores, by the way.
It used to be saying like fire and everybody run. Now it's sneeze or cough and everybody runs the other way.
I've deleted Hinge.
What?
Yeah.
Here we go again. How many times do you delete it, and reinstate it, and then you delete it, and then you reinstate?
I get too obsessed with it, and I don't get the results I want, so I just delete it in anger. And so I'm left with the only place I can meet people, which is the grocery store.
Oh, man.
And honestly, it's not a great place to meet people.
When you're covered in snot-filled masks.
That's exactly right. No one wants to make little chit-chat with you. Well, over the fucking, your grandmother. The garbanzo beans.
Your grandmother, you're both your grandmothers now, and your grandmother's caretaker all agree that you need to cut your hair. This is the first thing they ask me when I get on the phone. Hi, how are you doing, Mom? Did Cameron cut his hair?
First of all, why after 31 years do they still call me Cameron?
What do you want them to call you?
Cam. Everyone else in my life calls me Cam. Why are my grandmas calling me Cameron?
I don't know. She decided to call you Cameron because it was a serious matter she wanted to discuss. It drives her nuts that you have long hair.
I called both grandmas yesterday. Both of them were watching 60 Minutes, and both of them told me they hated my hair.
and the caretaker.
What the fuck is that? Why is the caretaker getting involved?
She gets involved.
I don't need
She has
what,
an
am I,
opinion.
beauty advice from. I didn't call for beauty advice. I'm calling because I feel guilty every time I don't call you for more than 2 weeks.
And then why do I have to hear the brunt of it?
I don't know, but it gets me in my head. I was passing a table of women on the street.
You almost wanted a survey?
And I almost said,
survey said?
My abuelita is on the phone. She tells me she hates my fucking hair.
Wait, with Hispanic people, or you just decided to speak Spanish?
My grandma is Hispanic.
But why were you saying my abuelita to people sitting?
Everyone knows what abuelita is.
You're telling me that you would hypothetically go up to a group of women in Silver Lake and you'd ask them what?
Yeah, I would have said. I would have thought, these people are well versed in different languages and dialects, and they've traveled the world. They could tell me.
What about your abuelitas?
My abuelita.
Okay, I think that's a little odd, but go on.
I didn't do it. It dawned on me after I passed, and actually in that moment my hair looked like shit.
So you would get a negative response anyway.
This weekend was very interesting for me, Mother.
Why?
I experienced I did some introspection. I experienced a lot of anger.
Anger?
And I don't typically experience anger.
Who were you angry at?
I don't know.
You just had angry thoughts?
I think I know what it is. Feeling of, it was like coursing, angry testosterone through my veins.
You're working out a lot. Testosterone becomes more prevalent.
Well, actually, I started working out after these feelings started cropping up because I wanted an outlet for them.
Oh, and has it helped?
I think it made me a little more angry, actually.
Okay. Did I mention I started taking testosterone?
Why are you taking testosterone?
It's supposed to help with a lot of issues like sleep and...
Is this an ad?
No, this is why you asked me why I started taking it, and I was having problems sleeping, and so it's supposed to help with a lot of other issues. And it might increase sexual desire, which would make me an animal.
What?
Who knows what if I'll become this sex-crazed person if I'm on this testosterone.
Do you think that your libido right now is at a normal level, or is it
it's normal,
above average?
I would say mine is normal to above average. Not like, I would say normal. I don't know. It depends on, what's going on in my life. Like over the weekend, it was at its all-time low.
Oh, when Gus was dying?
Yeah. So I guess we should talk about that. Well, we had a little trauma this weekend.
A little trauma, I would say. Gus was on death's door for a sec.
Yeah.
Gus is our family multi-poo that's been in the family for 13 years.
And if you're a sneaky freak, you've seen Gus on our Patreon parties. You've seen Gus all over the place. He's my little...
You see him all over the place? He's in the news?
He's on the news. He has his own Instagram, Big and Little Dudes. I mean, this guy's been back and forth from Chicago to California with me in the car. I don't know how many times. He's seen a lot, and he's a good boy, and he almost died.
He almost kicked the can.
Well, he's coughing. He can barely breathe. He's lethargic. I'm picking him up, and I'm thinking, this dog is not long for the world.
I start texting my friend who's a vet. She's like, yeah, you should bring him to the hospital right now.
Bring him to the hospital. But meanwhile, I had already seen a doctor the day before. Then I go home with him. He did the next day. He gets worse. And I'm not going to call them and make an appointment. I'm just going right in there. So you were luckily doing something here, working on some project, and I interrupted your project.
Yeah.
This time you didn't act like the first time when I needed your help.
You're going to bring this story up?
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up.
I don't know why you remember this story when I was 18 and not a couple years ago when I basically was handling Yogi's ascension from death to the heavens.
We've had a couple stories that have been centered around animal death.
Do we need to discuss these stories?
Yeah. Well, so one of them was when I had a cat get hit by a car. I had to climb a ladder. I don't know. When you're in a situation like a fight or flight situation, you have powers that you didn't know you had. I climbed this at least like a 2-story ladder. I got my arm in a tree, pulled a cat who had gotten hit by a car out of the tree one-handed. Got down somehow.
That's how I don't understand how you climbed down with a cat in your arm.
Dying cat.
A dying cat. I actually can't believe it because I'm looking at you now.
Yeah. What?
I think it would be hard for you to climb up the ladder.
What am I, a female, like 90-year-old? I am strong when it comes to when it comes to something like this in the family, I become very strong.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
I'd like to know if anybody else finds that they can do things
Oh yeah,
beyond
superhero
syndrome.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
No, but I've heard shit like that too.
So anyway, I pulled the cat out of the tree. Your sister's there, and the two of us are crying, and we know she's been hit by a car, and that's why she climbed in the tree. And we're about to take her over to the emergency room, and we see you. And what is your response? Mr. Empathy, Mr. Compassion, caring about the cat. The cat's a family pet for like the last 7 years. And what is your response? Can't go with you guys. I'm going to see Batman Returns.
The Dark Knight.
I'm sorry. Whatever. One of those Batman movies.
I had bought the tickets in advance. I was going. My friend was already there. We were leaving the house.
Door.
What do you want me to do? The cat's going to die anyway. Why am I going to be involved with this?
All right. So I take the cat with your sister over to
the cat had already been gone for 3 days. I had already mourned the loss of the cat. And by the way, I'm not a really big cat person.
Okay, Mr. Empathic.
You were the one that was already going into... Gus is still alive. You're thinking about the next dog already.
No, I was just saying...
Are we going to get a Bernie Doodle? What type of dog are we going to get?
That's what me and Dee's are thinking. No,
yeah, and I was like, can we just wait a second before you start planning the next dog?
I always say that it's good to have two dogs. If one dies, you still have the other one there. And we only have the one left. Which he wasn't looking too good. But he's revived. He has a second life again. He's bouncing around.
He's resurrected.
My credit card was maxed out, but who cares? The dog is alive.
Hopefully he'll be alive for another year.
I wonder. Yeah, that's what they said, a year at the most. But then another doctor called me and he said, you might get 5 years out of him.
All right. We're going for 5.
So 5, I think, is worth it.
It's very good.
So, but I wonder if other sneaky freaks agree with me that it's a hard call because you have to say, how much actually can I afford to keep a dog alive?
Yeah,
or a cat, or a fish, or whatever. A turtle.
It blows my mind. And you could be eating a fish at night.
And meanwhile, or a goat, or a pig. I don't understand how pigs are more intelligent than dogs.
Next thing you know, you're spending thousands of dollars on your fucking dog.
That's right.
It's foolish.
And your sister's spending thousands on her cat. She's got the cat on an IV every other day. It's taking intravenous fluids.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy. And then she asked me to take care of that cat for 2 weeks. And I said, this is where I have to say no.
We live in a very bizarre world.
Anyway, well, on to other more interesting things. I like last night, we're having our family get together. And one of the gals decides to fix you up with someone.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is actually I actually have a good feeling. I have a good I got a good feeling. I'm off Hinge.
Yeah.
And I think people realize I'm desperate as fuck. Because I've had 3 people yesterday say they're going to try to set me up with someone.
Really?
What's good is that they're women, so they have other women friends most of the time.
It's always good to know that the person has friends.
And so it's a little tricky though. I don't love getting set up. I really appreciate getting set up, but I always feel awkward getting set up because what if I'm not attracted to the person?
So what? Then it happens.
It's awkward as fuck.
But
this happened last night.
I know. You took one look at one picture and that was it. You're done. I could tell.
And then you kind of shamed me like, this is a cute person. What are you doing?
I didn't know. I didn't know what to say. I wasn't shaming you. I was just trying to stick up for the person.
And did you agree with me or no?
I thought, yeah, it wasn't.
I'm looking.
The best fit.
I'm looking for an older. It was just not the right person. I'm looking
she was
for an
too
older,
young. Confident,
hippie goddess.
Confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman.
Not exactly.
You're looking for a cougar.
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Okay, she could fall in the cougar category.
Yeah, go with that. Go. You have an old soul. She needs to have an old soul.
I also am thinking, maybe I'll just be alone.
Why?
Why do I need someone?
Because you're constantly talking about how you're sexually frustrated.
Ugh. Eventually, my penis will just go numb.
You know what? People that say they want to be alone, that's when they find women.
Really?
Yeah. They've given up on everything. And the less you search for it, then it just happens.
Well, maybe I'll stay off Hinge for a while then.
I love that everybody's getting off of social media. It's like the cool thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is because it's fucking destroying our lives.
Yeah, Jess's boyfriend saying he's been off for 3 weeks. He feels so much better that he's off of all social media. But meanwhile, he goes on when someone's birthday's coming up.
And you?
I'm so stressed about the fact that, I hate being on too many because then if I miss a birthday, then I feel shitty. But meanwhile, I don't even go on Facebook to find out about birthdays. So I shouldn't feel shitty. And basically, I'm getting bored of Instagram. So all I want to do is go on TikTok.
We know.
And by the way,
Yeah.
I had a blast. Only in our family can I say, will someone do a TikTok video? And everybody stepped up and did it.
No.
That's the way I saw it.
Yeah, you saw it incorrectly.
It was a force? It was a force?
We need to do a TikTok video before the end of the night.
Well,
that was how it was
presented.
presented.
When you weren't there when I first asked everybody to want to do a TikTok video, and your brother's girlfriend goes, I'll do it.
Yeah, you guys are 2 peas in the pod. Everyone else at this point is frustrated with the excessive TikToking.
Okay, it's not excessive. It's fun, and stop it. And you got to admit you had fun dancing.
Look, can we stay on the topic of why I think it might be fine to be alone?
Is this Cam's Corner?
No.
Okay, this is an addition.
That's coming later.
It's a new episode called Cam's Loneliness.
I think that...
Do you remember when you saw the tortoise?
What tortoise?
Handsome...
Lonesome George?
Lonesome George.
Handsome George?
Remember when you saw Lonesome George? We're in the Galapagos Island. You see this tortoise that's been he's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
I think he died, by the way. I think I read somewhere he died.
Yeah.
You want to be that guy, Lonesome George?
Well, here's what I think. Okay, I was taking a little walk today, and I was realizing the 2 things in my life that I feel like I'm lacking right now is a space that allows me to breathe.
Okay, because you have a very small studio, but it's very stuffy.
Because I'm in a box.
All right.
And then the other thing is, I would like a companion. Why? Why do I need these? I'm fine in my studio.
Yeah.
I'm fine without a companion. I just need to be doing things that I enjoy doing, like taking a walk by myself. A companion would give me that excuse to take walks, to go on little vacations.
This is all about your essence. Why do you need an excuse to take a walk anyway? You don't need a companion.
That's what I'm saying.
You should be able to take a walk because you want to take a walk.
This is what the anger relates to.
Yeah, you're angry because you put so many limits on yourself.
Asceticism.
What the fuck is that word?
It's like what the Buddha used to do, where they basically prostrate themselves and they don't take any simple pleasures.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Thich Nhat Hanh, my boy.
Oh my God, he died.
He's on his way out, and it's just devastating to me.
He's doing a Gus thing. Maybe they need to.
He's doing a Gus.
Maybe they need to. Well,
you know what's weird?
What?
People are talking about this on social media. They're like, this famous Zen Buddhist is dying, and the people around him are like, that's fake news. We're looking at him. He's fine.
That's unbelievable.
Who's putting fake news about it? I don't know who to trust. The people around him who kind of just want his monastery to keep going.
He had his birthday.
I know he had his birthday.
94.
94.
You know what? Either way, he is dying. I mean, let's just face facts. He's 94. He's not going to be living that much longer.
He had a massive stroke in 2014. Still,
but they
say just being around his presence, you could feel the aura.
How much would you love to be around his presence?
You have no idea how much I'm devastated that I can't go visit him before he dies.
Why don't you go?
What, am I going to get on a plane and go to Plum Village, France?
Is that where he lives?
Yeah.
He speaks French?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
He has a whole monastery
for some reason, I thought he was like a monk.
He is a monk.
No, I mean like in Tibet monk.
He was a Vietnamese monk.
Okay. Speaking of religions.
It's time for the segment of the show where we discuss something that we are religiously devoted to. Uberlube to save the day. Uberlube. This is the We Fucking Love Uberlube segment.
I just gave it to my friend.
Yeah?
She was so freaking happy. She visited me from Chicago. I said, I got a little care package for you to take back because she knows that this stuff is great. Uberlube is the best lube because of the fact it's good for oral, anal, and vaginal, and it's tasteless, and you don't have a scent, and it goes in and out, and it's over.
It goes in and out?
Yeah, in and out, baby. It doesn't like stick around like the sticky.
Oh, it's a perfect layer.
It's a perfect thin layer.
Uberlube is a high-grade silicone lubricant made with simple ingredients, body-friendly. It's basically silicone with a little vitamin E, and the E will nourish your skin.
Yeah.
I like to put it on my skin, just rub it in.
That's my point. Even if you use it for massage or whatever. It softens everything.
It's perfect. We got a listener text about this.
Did he or she love it?
Yes, this is what the person said. I tried to Uber Lube because I heard about it on your show. My husband absolutely loves it.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like addicting.
We have used it for anal and even for more, for me giving him a quick hand job.
Oh,
we love it.
I didn't mention that.
That's what I love it for the most.
You know, it just...
Mainly my own hand jobs.
Oh, my God.
I give myself my hand jobs.
All right, I don't exactly need to hear this all the time about you and your hand jobs.
It's also great for...
Do you ever call it a handy? Do you ever hear when people call it a handy?
Yeah, I go and at night I give myself a hand job. I say, that was a good handy, Kim.
Yeah. You know what Sex with Emily says? Hand jobs are very underrated.
I agree. And especially with Uberlube. So you could get 10% off and free shipping on Uberlube right now. Just go to uberlube.com. Use promo code MOM. You'll get 10% off and free shipping.
The bottle looks like a little perfume bottle. So it can be like surreptitiously on your nightstand and nobody would know the difference.
Our favorite lube, just go to uberlube.com. Use promo code MOM. All right. Should we go on to the next segment of the show, Mother?
I would love to do Mom's News, Mom's News,
Mom's News.
Along the religion theme, because we were talking before about Thich Nhat Hanh.
Yes.
Although Buddhism is not really religion.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, but it does have a lot of like kind of religious overtones to me. This is from TMZ, the most reliable source of news on the internet. I'm being sarcastic. The Archbishop of New Orleans is outraged that a priest allegedly had sex inside a church. So he's doing an exorcism of sorts by having the altar removed and burned. That's with 4 exclamation marks. Archbishop Gregory Amond called the act demonic. As for how it went down, someone called the cops after allegedly seeing the priest at the St. Peter's and Paul Roman Catholic Church saying they saw the man of the cloth with 2 high-heeled women wearing corsets. Not 1, but 2.
No way.
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty hot scene.
Yeah, I think it could be
a priest and two women with the corsets and
well, listen to this.
There's got to be hired help.
He was dressed in his priestly issue, well, only partially. The witness shot video of the encounter and went to the cops.
No way.
Can you imagine? The priest and the 2 women were arrested for allegedly violating an obscenity law that prohibits people from having sex in public view.
What? The women were and the priest wasn't?
The priest and the 2 women were.
Oh, okay.
What's bizarre here? The only way the witness could have seen it was to peer through the windows. As for the burning altar,
Tom over there.
As for the burning altar, the Archbishop said it was the only way to restore the sanctity of the church, adding, "I'm infuriated by the priest's actions. When the details became clear, we had the altar removed and burned. You have to
burn the altar.
I will consecrate a new altar tomorrow." Do you think there was like jizz stains on the altar? Is that what you were thinking?
I wasn't thinking that, but there's got to be something going on with the altar if you got to burn the whole fucking thing.
You think the women brought in like a fuck blanket? They put it over the altar? No, they just went right on the altar where people's, are consecrating the christenings and all that other shit's going on there.
How you think this was like a one-off thing for the priest, or this is something he did a lot?
Oh, this was a common thing. This is the first time he got caught. This probably happened every fucking...
You think these are prostitutes?
No, why did you think that? There was nothing that indicated prostitutes.
Okay, how...
I think it's kind of like a hot scene. I actually think it would be...
With 2 people? And I think... I mean, maybe if they're into that whole... The bad boy situation.
I feel like I've seen this thing happen on Ray Donovan. This is like a scene that would happen there, with the whole Catholic Church thing.
Then he goes back after that and he gives the whole sermons again.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that people can live this double life.
But, at least he's not abusing little boys, so that's good.
It is better.
These seemed like it was consensual at the minimum.
It is very good. Guess what? It's time for Mother.
Oh, no, not Cam's Corner.
Cam's Uppers, it's the place to be.
Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers. This is the segment of the show where I get to share something that my mother will usually find
boring
or useless
or annoying
or overall depressing. It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers. Get ready, folks. It's got to be really boring.
So I was listening to a podcast called Voices of Esalen. You know what Esalen is?
No.
It's that place in Big
Oh,
Sur.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
It's
the
like
place
that
you wanted
whole-
to go have like
it's very
yeah,
hippie.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's cost
Beautiful
lots
sex-
of money to go there. By the way.
Okay, so they have a podcast where they play like different interviews from the people that speak there. Some of them it's a hit or miss type of situation. They had someone on recently, Michaela Boehm. Have you heard of her?
Bone or Boehm?
Boehm.
No.
Okay, she was asked. I'm just going to play a little clip from it because
Okay.
I thought this was kind of interesting.
Do you see a common denominator for couples who have a long-lasting sexual attraction?
Yes, they usually don't spend much time together.
Oh, that's
So if that wasn't clear, yes, do you see a common denominator for couples that have good sex lives? And she says, yeah, they usually don't spend a lot of time together.
yeah, because it's so much. It's like
This
when
is
I was
a sexuality expert, by the way, and a therapist of
Why do
sorts.
sexuality experts all have that same accent? It's like
She did sound like Esther Perel.
yeah, I thought it was Esther Perel.
And Esther Perel also said the same sort of things.
Yeah. Because if you see someone every day, it's like if you're working in a donut shop and you're having donuts every day, they're not special. But if you go to a donut shop, you go to Krispy Kreme once every 6 months,
Oh, yeah.
that donut is going to be like devoured.
That's exactly right. Anything that I had to put my computer into the Apple store because it was broken. I poured honeydew juice all over the fucking computer.
And then why did you do that anyway?
I'm chowing down on a honeydew juice. The shit's flying everywhere.
Oh my God.
And they had to replace the whole keyboard. Anyway, so it was going for a week and a half.
I'm aware.
And so going from the old computer back to this computer, I have so much more appreciation for this.
For modern technology, because
Yes.
the old computer is 2011.
And this is exactly what it's like when you're with a partner for day in and day out, and you leave them, you come back, sex is gonna be on fire.
Well, listen, I was on. We were long distance, me and Dee's, for like 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm very well aware of this. I mean, you do stuff then that I've had more sex when we were long distance for 4 years than I've had the 10 years since.
So she has this makes sense to me. Like you just grow numb to things typically, but she goes on and gives a different reason actually.
Is it the Coolidge effect?
Well, the Coolidge effect is kind of what we're describing.
So what is her reasoning?
That we like novelty, whatever.
Yeah.
No, what she says actually is that if you want hot sex, you need to have polarity in your sex life. Meaning that like in this situation, men and women have masculinity and femininity, okay? In any given relationship, it could be two men, two women. One of those people will have a more masculine dominant side and the other will have a more feminine dominant side because of the chemistry you guys have together, okay? But when you are you following?
Yeah.
When you spend time with each other, you become more similar to one another. And your polarity kind of morphs into similarity.
Sort of like a boringness.
So the masculine person will become a little more feminine, the feminine person will become a little more masculine, and then there's not enough of this sexual chemistry, the attention,
The dynamic.
to create this eroticism.
Because it's too similar.
What do you think of that?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's actually not that boring.
Thank you. I thought you give me you were giving me the face that looked like can we move on?
No, actually but so what is the takeaway is?
I don't know if I buy that.
Let me tell you
honestly.
something about the takeaway on this. It could be you need to spend more time apart, which is difficult considering the fact that we're in a time of more togetherness than ever.
Yes. We had some listener texts about that.
Yeah. Or the other takeaway would be don't have sex for a while, and then when you do have sex, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, you deprive yourself a little bit so you have
Like
some
edging.
appreciation. Yeah, kind of.
Huh. Yeah, I would say like I am a big believer in quality versus quantity of sex for my sex life. I like to have if it's going to be a little quickie, then why bother? I like to make the whole shebang, like a whole evening of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my kind of sex. But of course, there's not that many opportunities to do that either because you're always, got shit going on in your life, and a lot of it is in the evenings. So.
Do you think that I'm spending a lot of time here?
Yeah, you're a little bit of a cock block.
Am I?
No, of course not.
Would you tell me if I'm being a cock block?
Yeah, I'd say, Cam, get the fuck out of here. I have no time alone with these.
You would tell me though.
Yes, I would.
Okay, because
I
I'm
have no
relying on you to tell me
I have
that.
no problem telling you to get the fuck out. No, the reason you're saying that for our sneaky freak listeners is because we do a lot of editing, and Cam is a workaholic, so a lot of it ends up going into the wee hours of the evening.
What do you mean a lot of editing? I edit maybe once every week.
I'm talking about other things that we like, recording, Instagram.
I'm here because you are the only people I'm interacting with, and I enjoy spending time with you guys.
And also, you have learned to cook.
I'm enjoying cooking with Dee's.
I'm enjoying this, and when you, for a while when we couldn't get together anymore, it was very sad.
It was. I was very lonely.
I was lonely too. We were all lonely. It's nice to be a family together when you're in the time of a crisis. People always say you should strengthen your Kegel muscles, but I got to tell you, Cam, most of my friends don't even know where their Kegel muscles are to strengthen.
So what do you tell them to do?
You have to use Intensity by Pour Moi.
What is it?
It's an intimate health stimulation device. I've tried this, and it actually works, by the way. It looks like a vibrator, but it's so much more.
What is it?
There's two different options. One is to stimulate the Kegel muscles and the pelvic floor, and the other is for pleasure. So you can actually, it's like going to a personal trainer and having pleasure at the same time.
That sounds like my ideal personal trainer, actually.
It's a personal trainer for your
Someone to
Kegel muscles.
jack me off while strengthening my muscles.
Right.
By strengthening the pelvic floor, you end up having much stronger orgasms.
If you want better orgasms,
Go to pourmoi.com and enter promo code MOM at checkout. You'll get $25 off any sale that's already going on. You get $25 off just by using code MOM at pourmoi.com. You'll be supporting our show. You'll be supporting our sponsors. You'll be supporting your Kegels. I would like to read some listener texts, Mother.
I would like to hear them.
Okay. So this is from Ashley. I'm in grind mode right now, so I do not have time to pursue a relationship. I can get by with porn and a good toy most days, but sometimes I really miss physical contact with another person. It would be amazing if I could pay somebody to suck on my titties for an hour and then get the hell out. Any thoughts? How much do you think something like that would cost?
I think she should go on one of these dating, like a friend seeker, whatever.
Friend Finder?
Friend Finder or FetLife or one of these things. I bet you there's a guy out there, all he wants to do is suck titties. Do you know what I heard?
I wouldn't mind this type of relationship.
Why don't you contact Ashley and tell you to go suck her titties?
I'll suck the titties, but I don't even think you need to pay me. I mean, I would like it to be a reciprocal relationship. I'm not going to just go over and suck titties and leave.
I bet you there are, that's for sure a fetish. I'm guaranteed. Like some people like to go suck toes. Some people like tits. Some people like wedgies.
Honestly, I'm not even that much of a tit guy.
All right.
The whole thing.
Why is this about you all of a sudden? It's about Ashley.
Because I was offering my services to Ashley.
Ashley, you don't even know if Ashley lives in the United States.
I know, but still, I'm just saying, I would actually. On second thought, you'd have to pay me just to come over for an hour, because then it's just like a transaction.
Yeah, but
So
I
how
think
much?
she can. I think she could easily find someone who would be more than willing to do it for free and enjoy every moment of it. As a matter of fact, I remember talking to this guy. He said that he went to a bachelor party, and they had some girl came in, and all she was wearing was bikini bottoms, and she put whipped cream on her tits, and she went from person to person, and each one licked the whipped cream off her tits. And I'm thinking to myself, that's got to be, this is before COVID, that's got to be a germ fest.
I don't like that at all.
It's like you and your fountains spitting each other. These guys are licking off the same tits as you.
It's very bizarre.
Yep. So there's a definite preference for those titties out there.
I kind of like that though. That there's something subversive about that whole situation. The guys are paying her. They think that she's gonna come over and service them. No. She gets serviced by all of them.
Are you talking about the girl with the whipped cream on her tits?
Yeah.
She didn't want to do that.
I feel like that's way more pleasuresome for her than it is for them in that situation.
It's a little bit. It could be seen.
It's just an interesting status play.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe she didn't feel that that's something
that she wanted to be doing.
Yeah, but she didn't know these people. They were manhandling her tits. I mean, some of them biting her nipples. Who knows what's going on?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's the way you view titties.
It depends on if you're feeling like you want to be put in that position as having someone else have power over your body.
There's a lot of layers over there.
Yeah, I'm not saying what I would say. I mean, I could see where you would think it would be hot, but that's like even if you were a porn star, you would think it could be hot, but you're also still at the mercy of someone else telling you what to do.
Moving right along to the next question from Mackenzie. She's looking for tips and tidbits on how to move past a breakup that you know wasn't healthy for you deep down. I lived with him for 3 months once COVID happened, except for when I was working. I'm a pediatric ICU nurse who works night shifts, totaling out to an 8-month relationship. Jesus Christ. I've had 2 much longer relationships, but I think the living together is what has been so difficult. I know that both of you are full of great advice and wisdom. Oh, thank you very much. Anything is appreciated. Much love, Mackenzie, 27, Leo, San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. I love that she's a Leo. Let's start with that. Okay, so I think the operative phrase for me that stuck in my craw was when she said...
Stuck in your craw?
Yeah. She
Wait,
said,
what the fuck is stuck in your craw?
You never heard that expression?
No.
It just kind of got stuck there. I'm thinking, what's bothering me?
What is your craw?
Your craw. I don't know. It's stuck in your chest or something. I don't know. Stuck in your mind. Is that she knew it wasn't a healthy relationship deep down. So I know it's not going to be that easy to break up with someone, especially if he was really hot, and had other qualities that she might like. But if she knows it's not healthy, then that should make it a lot easier. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. This is the short-term pain, long-term gain situation.
That's right.
This is you nip it in the bud relative to being in a relationship with this person for 15 years and then discovering this down the line.
And also figure out, why were you in an unhealthy relationship altogether? Like, do some self-exploration, go to a therapy session.
Well, I think during COVID, you know, you take what you can get sometimes.
Or she just found out how unhealthy it was when she started living with him, because sometimes you find that out too.
It is intense to just immediately move in with someone.
Living together is not easy under any circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, people glamorize it when you see on movies and TV and stuff, but sometimes it's really annoying to live with someone.
I think Michaela Bohm would agree with you.
Okay.
Anyway, to get any tips for her to get past the breakup, she's probably in a lot of pain right now.
Yes, get another puppy in the kennel.
What? Get another boyfriend?
Yeah, not boyfriend. No, not another boyfriend.
We never even. Oh yeah.
I would just say just date, like just start talking to guys online. You know, when I was single, I just really kind of wanted to talk to a guy. It wasn't like I even wanted to date anybody, but it's kind of like wanted to talk to a guy if I had stuff in my life. It's different than talking to a female friend sometimes.
Did you want like a sounding board, or did you want someone to desire you?
Both.
You wanted to be desired.
Yeah, but it's more important. Yeah.
Everyone just wants to be desired.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck about being desired.
Okay. What does that mean?
I'm desireless.
You know, that's not true.
It is not true. It is nice to be desired when I'm desiring the other person.
Well, that's the whole thing.
That's the rub.
Yeah, if they're annoying, that's one thing, but okay. So yeah, that's our best advice right now, Mackenzie. I would just say self-love, self-exploration, figure out why you're in a relationship or any kind of relationship if the person's not healthy. That's the first thing. I
would highly recommend taking a little time and loving yourself, that self-love component. Take a walk with yourself.
Go masturbate. Go get yourself one of those Intensity.
Intensity by Pour Moi.
Yeah, go get yourself an Intensity. You might like that. It'll strengthen your Kegel muscles at the same time. It's
giving you a little vibe.
A little vibe.
I want to move on to a little rapid-fire questions that were given to us by Ray and Captain Megan.
Oh.
We just got a bunch of questions over here. Should we just rapid-fire them?
Sure.
All right. We got the first one, which is, who's the one that got away?
For me?
Yeah.
George Clooney.
George Clooney got away?
He got away from me.
Was there ever a chance?
No.
You never met George Clooney?
No.
No
one ever got away from me. Your dad tried to get away from me, but he came back.
Oh, wow. The one that got away from me was Kristen Walker. We all know this.
Oh, so you were 12?
12 on the Alaskan Princess Cruise. We spoke about 3 words to one another one time in a hot tub, and that was the end for me. I fell right in love.
How many years ago was this?
Titanic all over it. I could smell the sweet smoked salmon.
How many years ago was this?
It was good 19 years ago.
19 years ago. Kristen Walker is still on the brain. Yeah,
you grew up you told me you were from Missouri.
All right, Kristen Walker from Missouri. Contact Cam.
God damn it. If you know Kristen Walker, tell her I'm still pining away over here. And I'm single.
Then we got another question here from
Maybe
Cam.
That's why I don't do well when someone tries to set me up, because I know my one true love is still out there.
She is.
Yeah.
Have you searched on social media for her?
There's about 6,000 Christian walkers in the United States alone.
What about in Missouri?
I haven't yet.
Then you run into the problem if she got married and changed her name.
Oh, she's definitely married by now.
I think I found one that got away.
Oh, this is definitely not her. This is a 60-year-old woman. Huh.
But he was married when I met him, so it wasn't like I had him and then he got away. He just got away.
Oh.
Because he was married.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But that would have been a good one.
This is the guy you went out with? You went out with a married guy?
No, I didn't go out with the married guy.
Oh, it was just someone you pined after because
I
he was
just
married.
met him, and I didn't pine after him because he was married. I just said met him. I thought he was adorable, but he was married.
It happens.
Yeah.
Mom, do you know what car manufacturer designs this car?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Volkswagen.
Oh, she got it right.
I love this app.
Trivia Star is a very fun game if you are bored at home or if you're just moving around and you want to occupy some time. It's a free mobile quiz game that's entertaining and challenging.
You know when I used it?
What?
I'm in line for 2.5 hours at the DMV.
Yeah.
I was all set to take the driver's test on the road or whatever. Instead, I was doing Trivia Star.
And what's great is that you probably could choose a category all about cars because they have over 60 categories to choose from.
It's just fun. What can I say? It's a good app to have on your phone. Hey, look at me. I didn't think I even could remember anything, but I just got that one right.
And it's nice because it starts off easy, but as you get better and better, it gets harder and harder over time. And you get the coins and gems. It's a very fun game.
It's more than that. At my age or any age, you should start strengthening the brain muscle. And by doing these trivia questions, you're actually going back and using parts of your brain that you normally wouldn't use.
Look at that. Right now, Trivia Star is offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play. Just go to Apple or Google Store and search for Trivia Star. Again, search Trivia Star and enjoy 2,500 coins and 500 gems, Mom.
It's so fun.
Download Trivia Star for free today.
And let us know how you like it.
This is a question from Captain Megan. By the way, this rapid fire round has not been going so rapidly.
Yeah.
Captain Megan says, what was the best experience either of you had while high? Any drug at all?
I had a great experience when I was searching for cicadas in the backyard when I was high.
Searching for cicadas?
We had such a good time. I was with this guy and we were smoking hash. And we got so stoned that we were in the backyard looking for cicadas.
When was this?
There was a cicada outbreak in Chicago about 12 years ago or something.
You were smoking. Where do you get a hash?
Oh, a friend of mine gave it to me.
You had a hash?
Yeah, some guy went to Amsterdam and brought it back, and he gave me a little of it.
So you smoked hash and
under
looked for cicadas?
Under a glass.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What do you mean under a glass?
You put the hash on a table. Actually, the original guy that gave it to me and I were in a bathroom when we were doing it at someone else's house, and we put it on the countertop, and then you take a glass and you put it over the piece of hash and it starts smoking, and then you suck the smoke out from under this glass. And you become so high that I don't know, the two of us literally sat and talked for about 8 hours straight.
Is it like a weed high?
Yes, but much more intense. It's like an opium high.
Oh,
so
my
we talked
God.
for like 8 hours. It seemed like 8 hours, probably closer to 4 hours. No recollection whatsoever what we talked about.
Oh.
Zero. I'm sure if I asked him, he had no recollection either.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a conversation like that where you talk to someone for like 8 hours?
I know that feeling, but did that create anxiety for you, or are you fine with that?
I have no anxiety about that. Why would I?
I don't know. Maybe you shared something you don't want to share.
Who gives a shit? He can't remember. If I couldn't remember, he can't remember.
I think that's a wonderful experience.
And what, did you have one?
I remember being at Coachella. This is so typical. I was at Coachella.
This is supposed to be a good experience, not a bad one.
It was a good experience. I was on MDMA.
Whoa! Look at you,
Molly.
You're topping me. You're just a topper right now.
And then I was with this. It was with a friend, and we met up with another friend of mine who was a girl, and she had a friend with her. My friend and the girl, and my two friends hit it off, and then I hit it off with this other girl.
On MDMA. Do you think if you were not on MDMA, you would have been as into her?
Well, she was on cocaine, unfortunately.
Who cares what she was on?
Because you're on very different experience. You're having very different experiences.
Yeah,
she's
she's
all
weird.
ego-centric because of the cocaine. It gets you fucking like, I'm the fucking hottest shit here. And meanwhile, I'm on Molly, which is like, there is no such thing as an ego. We're all in love and connected.
It's flower power, baby.
Yes, and it was a weird. I realized that she had a good sense of humor, and that set me over the edge.
But do you think if you were not on MDMA, which is ecstasy, right?
Yeah.
If you were not on this, do you think that you would be into this girl?
Yeah.
You still would have been into her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I felt way.
So
too
why
in
don't
love
you
with
go
her.
search her?
Oh, it's not a good match.
Okay.
Okay, so the next person, Ray. Again, which drug is best to have sex on?
Hash. That's another story.
There was another hash time?
Yeah, there was another hash
Get
time.
the fuck out of here.
I wish I could get some hash. I had a period of my life when I was getting hash, and now I don't get any hash.
Who is giving you hash?
I have people that give it to me. I don't know.
Which drug is best to have sex on? I would say mindfulness.
Oh, for crying out! What?
I swear to God,
No,
that's the best
that's not
drug
a
you're gonna have.
drug.
That's a drug.
Oh,
you could do a
my
nice,
God.
do a
Boring.
nice meditation, 20-minute meditation, get in the
Oh,
body with the other person ahead of time. You're gonna have the best sex of your life. A
This is the
little deep
most
breathing.
Lame thing I've ever heard you say. Okay.
Moving right along.
What drug? Wait, are you kidding me? What drug is best to have sex on? You say mindfulness?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I think you're completely off base.
I think you're
You're out of your fucking gourd on hash. You can't remember shit, and that's the best sex you're gonna have?
Yeah.
No chance. It's you do some deep breathing with some mindfulness. Are you kidding me? You get erect like a fucking rock. Ray asks again, how do you deal with mismatched libidos?
Well, go watch Sonny Megatron's TikTok.
Oh.
You want to hear it? Put it on.
I'm not going to put it on right now.
It's pretty good.
All right, well, give it a summary.
The summary is that you plan a date night to have sex, and then you kind of do stuff to lead up to it. And it really helps for mismatched, like the person, and you switch off who plans it. So one time it could be, you, and one time it could be your partner. And then whoever's planning it kind of like can say what roles they want to do, what kind of role play or fun cosplay or whatever kind of play you want. Who knows with her?
I love that. So you really set it up for success.
You set it up all day long.
Like
you send nude pictures under your desk.
It's like going on vacation almost.
Yeah,
you got to put some thought into it.
She said Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
So we know that Sonny has sex on Tuesday nights.
Well, that was pretty fun last night then. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to say if you got mismatched libidos, you got to figure out each other's triggers to get in the mood. All right? That should be discussed outside of the bedroom, not in the bedroom.
What the hell are
and
you
come
talking
to a
about?
mutually
Triggers. What triggers?
Like, like what puts me in the mood? What turns me on? What puts me in a situation where I'm turned on?
What?
Is it looking at TikTok? No.
How do you know?
Dang, some people might be turned on by TikTok. I'm not. I think I get in the mood. I'm very my body. Why do you roll your fucking eyes at me?
Because I know that you get in the mood if a woman looks at you, you get in the mood.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
If a woman you're interested gives you a look.
Yeah, obviously.
So that's your trigger.
But
She gives you a look, and that's
if
it.
it's a person I'm interested in,
It's a
and there are
look.
5 people on the planet who I'm interested in, maybe.
So once you figured out your trigger was that she looks at you, then that's it for you. What a good plan.
Listen, here's a trigger: a 7-day silent retreat.
It's a trigger.
On day 6 or 7, you could barely keep me contained.
Okay, so that's.
So if you got mismatched libidos, whoever is fucking not ready to have sex, get away from that your partner for a second. Enjoy that what we were describing earlier, that the separation. Maybe spend some time in the wilderness, and then come back. You'll be ravenous.
By the way, Sonny also said you can also have, if it's your night, it doesn't have to necessarily be sex. You can say, I want you to give me my back massage tonight. It could be something like that.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
exactly the type of shit.
Yeah.
All right. Last comment from Ray. He says, and not that it's relevant to the questions, but I thought you might like to know that I'm playing the Sound of Music soundtrack for my daughter. I am delighted to know this.
The hills are alive.
I love that.
With the sound of music. I do like the soundtrack for the Sound of Music, but what is it have to do with anything, Ray?
I don't know.
What-
I don't know, but he is a sneaky freak.
Why does he say Cam would be delighted to know this?
That was my little note. I'm delighted to know this.
Okay, that's your note. I thought he said Cam was delighted to know this.
No, that's me saying
I think that's very sweet because
That is wonderful.
it is a good thing to share music with your daughter, especially
good musicals.
with Julie Andrews.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, my friends, we're coming to the end of our show. We got so many responses about penis size. We're going to make a Patreon bonus episode.
Oh, boy.
Where we include all of everyone's responses about penis size and their feelings about it, because it's absolutely fascinating.
You know, I just did a video on TikTok about penis size.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So I'll play that for the patrons.
All right. Well, I wanted to thank all of you, speaking of patrons, who are coming to our Zoom patron party tonight, October 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much for your support. We cannot wait to hang out with you.
Bring your animals.
It's not too late. If you're listening to this before 5 p.m. Pacific time today, Wednesday, 10/14, sign up for patreon.com, patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom, and donate a little bit of money, $5, and then you'll be able to Zoom with us. You'll be supporting our show. You'll get this extra content. It's a fucking blast, and you show some support, some love for this free fucking show.
You may actually see it on a possum or a hedgehog, too.
That's absolutely correct.
So anyway, please join us on Patreon, and if you haven't already left a review, please leave a review on iTunes.
We did get a review that someone emailed us, actually.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't post this for some reason.
Oh, I got one on Instagram too.
Usually the reviews we're asking for are wherever you're listening to the podcast, but sometimes people just send us their thoughts. So I wanted to read one.
And then I will read one as well.
Okay, this one says, "I'm so hard and I need some pussy kiss kiss."
Oh, was that directed towards you?
I don't have a pussy.
But he knows how you feel about being hard.
So maybe he's just a fellow hard man.
He's a fellow guy that likes to be triggered and get hard.
That's correct.
Oh, I actually thought.
Thank you for that review.
Yeah, thank you. That was a great review, and I'm glad he shared that with us. Denise said, "Thank you, Cam and Karen, about this week's podcast episode and talking about divorce in response to a listener's message. I went through a divorce nearly a year and a half ago and wish I had heard what both of you had said back then. So, Denise, I'm glad to have you here now and hope that whatever we said made some impact."
That is very sweet.
Yeah, thank you,
I'm
Denise.
very happy that helps you.
I actually recommended my book, A Cougar's Guide to Getting Your Ass Back Out There, and she said she's already had it and was reading it.
Wow.
Cool.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah.
We did get some last minute responses to the question that we posed last week, which was if there's anyone out there that you'd recommend as a male role model, because it's hard to come by these days.
Is Matthew McConaughey one of them?
No one has mentioned Matthew McConaughey, but that's not a bad one. Rachel said the first thing that came to mind was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
A lot of people have suggested Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I wonder why.
The most followed man on social media in the world.
And he was like a world wrestler.
Yeah, and now famous actor.
So what is he so
He's
awesome?
pretty great.
He's pretty great?
I mean, he is very traditional, I
What
think,
would you say?
in terms of masculinity.
What about Thich Nhat Hanh?
I started thinking that. Well, he's also a male role model for me.
And what about the Dalai Lama?
By the way, when I found out he was dying, I literally started crying.
Oh,
Yeah.
another loss.
So it's hard for me to reconcile my desire to have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a role model and Thich Nhat Hanh.
It's like a combo would be Matthew McConaughey. If they
Brianna said Keanu Reeves is a good role model.
Keanu Reeves, why?
I don't know.
And that he was.
I listened to a podcast with him because of this. He's a cool guy.
Well, I remember him in a movie, Speed, I think it was, when he took over the bus. That was kind of like a wild movie. But, I think what the problem I have with this male role model, we don't know what these people are really like in real life. They could be complete assholes, but do a good job. Like The Rock could be like a serial killer for all we know. It may look like he's awesome.
I know, but then you have it's so clear. Female role models are very clear.
Why?
Beyonce is a good female.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, you don't know what she's really
You
like.
know she's...
You don't know what she's really like. Who knows what she might be like? A little pain in the ass at home. Maybe she's a whiny little bitch at home, but puts on a good
So
social
maybe it's
media.
just foolish to...
Yeah, you're looking at what the social media wants you to see, and it could be all nonsense. I mean, Madonna.
I'm just...
Maybe Madonna could be a role model, and who knows what she's
that's
really
it.
like. She can be a complete bitch.
It is... It's... Well...
I'll tell
You're
you who
sneaky
I
freak.
think would be a good role model for you.
Oh,
Seth Avett of the Avett Brothers.
Jesus Christ. I am actually more interested in the people that actually study gender, masculinity, femininity, because these are questions that I'm grappling with.
So
right now.
are you actually interested in just learning a little bit, or are you interested in finding a role model?
Well, I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Why don't you be your own role model?
Ooh, look where that's gotten me.
What does that mean? What the hell does that mean?
I'm just curious about it still, and I would like our listeners, you sneaky freaks, please take a second if you're folding laundry, wherever you are, washing dishes, text us at 310-356-3920 and let us know who you think should be my role model. Or if you agree with Mom that maybe I don't need one.
Or who's your role model?
All right. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you very much for all of your love and support.
Oh boy, here we go. The pressure's on. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having fun with the family.
Okay.
It worked.
That was not bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most interesting, but it wasn't bad.
What do you mean it wasn't the most interesting?
It wasn't the most interesting.
How am I going to make it interesting in one line?
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.